So you have created this form. It has basic elements of what a form does. It does not submit yet. What we have to do is make sure that the validation is working, and then it submits. So first thing you need to have is this script tag. Now I'm referring to our previous simple page, which was having the JavaScript validation working. And let's look at this just to remind ourselves what it was looking like this. So it submits, but even if it's empty, it does not submit. So this is what we need to make it like. And if you go to the header of this file, there is a script tag. This is what we need to reproduce. So you copy this script tag from the validation files which I have sent to you, which you have already downloaded. This script tag from the header of that file and paste this here under contact us validation form, which we have just now created, inside header. See, this is my form. I go to the code and I see there is a head tag. When you locate your head tag, inside this head tag you should have this script. So you press enter over here below head tag and you paste. Next thing you need to do is to make sure the forms referred inside the script are the same names. So now this was a different form and this was a different form created by Dreamweaver, but Dreamweaver gives them different names. So now if you look at the code, let me explain the code to you. What it does is, in the first line of this JavaScript script, what you will see, it is referring to the document. There is something called var x is equal to document dot something. X will store the value of documents elements. You know what is a document? This document means your whole HTML document. Your whole HTML document. This is your HTML document. Let me open this. This is complete your HTML document. Through your JavaScript programming, you are referring to this whole HTML document as this name, document. And this is a reserved word in JavaScript that when you are looking at this document, you can access everything inside this HTML document through programming. So if this is a button, if this is a text field, you can fill up anything automatically through programming. You can read anything through programming. This is why we have JavaScript. So this is the document. When you click dot forms, inside this document there can be many forms. This is what it means. But we are looking for not any form. We are looking for a specific form, and the form name should, for all of these values, should be 1. Let's give it form 1. Form 1. We should give it a name, form 1, and then all of these should also have some variable names. So let's look at this. Make sure all of them, these elements have a form 1 tag with them. This should have a form 1 tag. This should have a form 1 tag, and if you see the code, it has a form 1 tag. Form 1, form 1. See? If you see this code, it has a form 1 tag over here. And now I am looking at the other one, email. This email text box should also have form 1 tag. Now if you look at this email, it has form 2 tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to form 1. All of this should be form 1. Okay, now since we are also learning HTML, there is an easy way. Instead of having 4 times form 1, we can only have one form 1 tag entry. How? Come on, name. You see there is a form ID, form 1, and it is closing here. We don't close it. Don't close it. Let it continue through the end of the page. And we don't have to write form again and again and again. So this is something that Dreamer does by itself, but it does not understand what we are doing. So I'm copying this, actually cutting this from here, and I remove all the form entries from here, the next forms. So I remove form 3, I remove form 2, and I will have only one form. And I'm also removing form 5. So I have only one form over here, and I save this, and let's just to check if it is working. Up till now, yeah, everything is okay. Now what we did just now is to make sure there is only one form, form 1. So there is only one form, and the name of the form is form 1. Okay, and now what I need to do is, as I come back on the JavaScript code, what it does say is myform.email.value. It is checking for a specific form called myform. The form name of our form is form 1, not myform. So we will just change this to form 1, and we'll also change myform over here also to form 1. And there are two entries, two input types, email and fname. Make sure you have this email and fname. This is email. You see the name is email, ID is also email, and fname should also be here. Okay, let me Okay. Okay. I got lost somewhere, so I'm coming back. This is my header, and inside the header is my script. Okay, this is the script again. So let me just explain this to you again. Sorry, what I did was I just had one form, made sure all of this was part of one form, named form 1. And now I'm validating this, that if my form, whose name is form 1, has an email tag and it has a value, then check if it has @sign. If it has @sign, then next check is that it should have a dot sign. If it has a dot sign, then the next check is after dot there should be some domain like .hctae, like .hotmail.com, .net.ae. If it has something, then it will not come inside this, and it will say true, it will not bother you. But if it does not have anything, then it will show you this alert, not a valid email address, and it will stop submitting. This is what it does, just for email. For your name, it will check if the name is null, there is empty, it has nothing. Or sometimes null, it does not say it's null, but the value inside there is nothing, the text box is empty, then it will alert you first name must be filled out. And now if it is something, if I've entered something, it will not come inside this box, it will not show you this alert, it will just finish, meaning it will submit. This is what the JavaScript does to add programming to verify that you have filled in two values. Now what we need to do this, we need to hook up this JavaScript function, this method called validate form, with your submit button. Now let's see where is our submit button. We need to hook up this with our submit button. This is my submit button, and let's see the code. Input type is submit, value is submit. Now in order to hook up, it should be like this. Click on the submit from the source which I given to you, and you see the submit is here. Input type is equal to submit, and value is equal to submit. And how you have hooked up with the submit button, that in the form you have to say when the submit button clicks, execute this function, validate form. If you have done this, then we have our last ingredient of our validation ready. The last thing which we need to do is ready. Form name. Let's go and copy this with my form. Okay. Now I have not tried this, but I am sure this should work because you have hooked up the form. Wow, everything gone? No, it's here. With post. So now save this, go to Chrome to test this and submit. Now if it is showing you this alert, it means your validation on your form is working. Click on submit. What we've done is we have simply hooked up our submit button with this JavaScript. How? In the form ID, you should have this validate form function to be executed, and this is your validate form. Okay, now I want this to be uploaded on the internet, so you can modify your contact us form and you can start um and run this contact us form on your laptop so that you know what JavaScript can do for you. I want exactly this thing to be mimicked, to be copied in your form which has its photos, name, email, telephone, and message. This should not be blank. This should also not be blank. This should be an email, and these two also should not be blank. Uh, Next time when we meet, can you please bring this up with you? I will also send a copy of this whole context as form so that you can refer to this, but this has only two validation, name and email. You need to do this for telephone and message also. Okay, I will stop this over here and I will also upload this so you can see at your